that the things are getting worse.
Yeah, sure.
Because already the Congrats, that is the one who is having the number of your grandfather's area, which is where we are.
But he went to Nairobi. The information that I have, he went to Nairobi, whereby he went and they construct his own number. Now the whole of this area, our grandfather's plot. He went there and they construct his own number in Nairobi, whereby the number now has to
talk about in easy way. Talk about now the plot belongs to the Congrats dad.
The whole of my grandfather, who is Gibikoy, he passed away. May his soul rest in peace.
So it means that even you are living in Congrats dad's area.
Imagine.
The whole of this kind of the way is to make sure that you're going to be getting the video one-on-one, because we have to understand and we have to make sure that we are subjecting ourselves from the grassroots until it comes out. That is what we need to come out with a very truthful information one-on-one from the ground, and that is the way of us to get forward. Yeah, the house is larger. Yeah, it's very large. It's very large here. It has been concreted. It has been concreted here. I think they're talking about it's gonna be a parking lot. Exactly, and a kitchen at the same time. Exactly. So this is why the trees. This is why we are ever sitting here and waiting for this kind of the senior bachelor to wake up. And that's why we are ever meeting the sausage lady. The piece are just subjected up to the buttocks. Exactly. So guys, this is the caliber of the moment. I think the boys have just finished much of their own duties here to do, and we have to make it happen, because we have our role to enforce and a role to make sure that everybody is subjected to the law. Everybody is subjected where necessary for us to grow, and also everybody to have her own or his own time of expressing and making sure that the rights and the freedoms are achieved. Because not talk about you have money, you have this and this and this, but at the end you're gonna be talking rubbish at the same time. So this is the grand land saga that has not been solved, because now it's gonna be getting worse. Hello beautiful people, welcome back. It's Underscore Gintu back again. Today I'm at this kind of the route, one-on-one live coverage that comes to this kind of an Esquire. I'm going to be covering to understand. Much of the things are still evolving, to understand what's really happening to the street, what's really happening to the caliber of the moment. Because already I've heard that the whole of the plot, talk about Percy's plots and everybody's plot, is in an auction. What's really going to be covered at this kind of the section today? I'm just here to reveal everything that's going to be coming out from this kind of the session, and entirely to understand what's really happening to the street, what's really covered at the street. Because I'm always passing here. There's nothing going to be happening that Gintu going to be A, B, C, D. No, I'm just getting my password here. Exactly. So much of the people are talking about I'm stalking. What is it here for me to stalk here? There's nothing. So the good fact is we have to entitle and understand what's really popping out at this kind of the rate. I'm going to be handling this kind of the Esquire to understand that much of the things are happening and evolving at this kind of the rate, and we're going to be handling it very fantastic. This is where they're constructing here. Exactly. So very much, and things are happening. Yeah, just see, you can even check from this kind of the place here. Exactly. So I'm just passing through the maize stocks here to understand, and even me again to understand if they are talking about some of the guinea fowls are laying much of the eggs here. So sometimes this kind of the people are always bringing some of the shenanigans that that's Marwa talking much. He always giving out no food. Too much of the people are just happening to do much of the duties there. Exactly. So how everything's just running, guys, to the street, it's very anonymous, because things are not evolving much better, because we have to say it as the way it is. Because as far as everything is concerned, this kind of the plots are in an auction. What do I mean? because much of the people don't understand, much of the people don't know that they are lost, because they're just selling whatever. They don't know that they're just selling some of the things that will ever come to bring much of the interference at this kind of the moment. Because right now, talk about the Condad has taken the plot number, which is the whole of talk about the brother to talk about the fathers to Anesto. Much of them, they have this kind of a bigger land that's subjected here. So talk about the Condad has taken the number, which is going to be multiplied. Talk about manipulating it so as you can just handle the whole of this kind of the plot, and is the one who is having the number of the whole plot. So things are going to be evolving at this kind of the rate, and it's going to be so chaotic, and we are just subjecting ourselves into it to understand what's really happening at the street. And for the people who are just asking about, oh Gintu, what are those kind of the stuffs you are talking about? These are the stuffs that I was ever talking about. You can just use them to wash yourself, scrub yourself, exactly. So I've seen them here. Talk about Marwa has planted, so you can even check from inside. This is how they are. This is how they are. This one here, it has a problem. So this is how they are, and you can just wash yourself very meticulously, and this is how it is. Just it always subject itself into talk about the wall, align itself in the wall, and make sure that everything is happening. So if you're going to be checking at about one, this one here, it's already done, so you can just see it's having something which is meticulous inside. Talk about you can wash yourself, because it's also like a hub, and you can just use it very meticulous here. So they've just aligned it, but it's very bad whenever you want to talk about you're going to be attracting much of the talk about the snakes, and talk about the harmful stuffs like the serpents, those ones that going to be talk about even chameleons. They like such kind of a way, and whenever it's just aligning itself onto the wall, they're going to be having much of the shenanigans here. So whenever somebody is passing here, you might find the green snake in green grass. It's gonna be happening at that kind of the rate. So as far as everything is in concern, we are just this whole of this kind of the plot is the one that I'm just ever talking about, because it's the one that's having much of the problems at this kind of the rate. So we are passing through this kind of an area. This guy, we have small fish here, very small ones here, and everything is very awesome at this kind of the rate. Wow. So we have you can just check there, guys. We have much of the fish inside there, very small ones, and there are so many. So as far as that's Ankomo, everything is happening inside here. Everything is so fantastic. So let's get forward. That's what we need, getting forward. And also but we have to understand, we have to program, we have to be there, so as we can just talk about what's really happening and popping out. We're going to be having a little conversation between me and Anesto, so as you can just tell us more about it, because he's already at the village to understand what's really popping out. Is it real that their land is put in an auction? We should be so secure about it. So we're going to be checking on how we can just handle that kind of an issue with an immediate effect right now, because things are going to be getting so defected and in a defect manner. So okay, let me buy some of the credit here, so you can just have to talk with Anesto, so they can just program us and tell us how is it, and is it a real fact that they're just talking about their land is put in an auction. Talk about the Congrats dad has put their land in an auction. That's what we want to hear from him, so they can just understand that what's really popping. I told you that this kind of the family is manipulating much of the people. Why do I say so? It's in a way that they talked about, oh, I'm the one helping this kind of the family to study. I'm the one paying much of the school fees. I'm the one doing A, B, C, D, blah, 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 blah. At the end, they know that they want to be benefiting. Right now, they're talking about, if you want to take us out of this kind of the plot, you should return our money that we just put there, so as your children can just learn. And that is what Mugesi refused, and said that you have never taken me back to school, because they wanted to force it. Because what is really happening is the dad has already talked about the father-in-law to Percy has talked about, oh no, I want the number, because he's the elder son of that kind of the family. So they're going to be understanding what's really happening at that kind of the rate. So Let me call him so they can just know what's really popping out at this kind of the moment, so they can just understand, is it a fact that this kind of the plots are put in an auction here. So let me hear from him so they can just tell us up to Z from this kind of the caliber of the moment. Hey bro, mambo vipi?
Niko fiti.
Uko base gani?
Niko hapa tu home.
Safi, salamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Na tuko one live. We want to know something.
You know what?
Yeah.
My phone is almost shutting. Is 1%. So.
It's 1%.
1%.
Okay.
So I think we can make a video one-on-one. We have to organize fast.
Okay. Fanya hivi. Teremka kuja hapo kwa mlimi utanikutana.
Sawa.
Haya, sahi.
Fit.
Exactly, guys, and it's because of the phone is a little bit getting low, and I'm gonna be meeting him from where Murimi is the brother who sold the land to the Mwango. I'm gonna be breaking the much of the news right now to understand what's really popping out at this kind of the moment, so they can just know alliteratively, because I'm gonna be taking a shortcut and to make sure that I'm getting to that kind of the point right now. That is how we're gonna be handling this kind of the matters, because if we don't do it, much of the people gonna be taken over. The land's gonna be taken over, because I had a day, this kind of the Germans, they are talking about, we're gonna be making sure that we are purchasing the whole of this kind of the land, so they can just make sure that we are the people who are just handling everything that's just coming out at this kind of the time. So we want to understand that, is it real? Anesto's ancestral land is in an action. We want to know, and we're gonna be coming right now, and it's just coming from the same village, from the same point, the same time. Let's check. The area is very watery. Wow, but we have to make it. We're gonna be checking there. Anesto's fish pond is looking like something else. This is why Marwa was talking about, it's looking a local fish pond here. So who told him that it's an international fish pond? Sometimes you have a problem as the thinkers. So right now you have to understand, it's just a senior bachelor. Talk about the bachelor of the villa right now. So you have to understand the legitimate way. So I have to pass through this kind of thing. The whole of this kind of the way is to make sure that you're going to be getting the video one-on-one, because we have to understand, and we have to make sure that we are subjecting ourselves from the grassroots until it comes out. That is what we need to come out with a very truthful information one-on-one from the ground, and that is the way of us to get forward. Yeah, the house is larger. It's very large. Here. It has been concreted. It has been concreted here. I think they're talking about it's gonna be a parking lot. Exactly, and a kitchen at the same time. Exactly. So this is why the trees. This is why we are ever sitting here and waiting for this kind of the senior bachelor to wake up. And that's why we are ever meeting the sausage lady. The piece are just subjected up to the buttocks. Exactly. So guys, This is the caliber of the moment. I think the boys have just finished much of their own duties here to do, and we have to make it happen because we have our role to enforce and a role to make sure that everybody is subjected to the law. Everybody is subjected where necessary for us to grow, and also everybody to have her own or his own time of expressing and making sure that the rights and the freedoms are achieved. Because not talk about you have money, you have this and this and this, but at the end you're gonna be talking rubbish at the same time. So this is the grand land saga that has not been solved, because now it's gonna be getting worse, out of worse to the worstest. I'm just passing through a passes position here to make sure that I'm accessing where Anesto is, so you can just have a one-on-one conversation. The area is very large, guys. The whole of this area, it's in an auction already. So there's a default that is still gathered behind the strategy, behind the way of the movement, behind much of the unexpected people talking about the ancestral land number is unto the Congrats dad. Very miserable. How did it reach there? Who subjected it to the Congrats dad, and how? Because they've talked about please give us the number, which is the unoriginal. They're talking about they have been given a photocopy of the original number. So why and who gave the Condad this kind of talk about this kind of the information, and how did it leak until the Condad got it? So that's where we want to be knowing real, because this is where, oh, this is Gitriba's home, eh? Exactly, this is Gitriba's home. So I'm just accessing the area through the Mwangos zone, and also to make sure that I'm just getting to the other side of meeting Anesto, because already everything is more durable here. This is where the Jamaican uncle is, and also this is where the Mwango is. So I'm gonna be rotating back because there's a highway here that they're going to be accessing, because the highway is made for everybody, not made for one person here. Exactly. So Gint is always onto the street to make sure that we're going to be getting, understanding and knowing that things are getting worse to this kind of the point here. This is where the Mwango is. Exactly. I'm going to be showing you how the village is. This is where they are. So this is the highway that was having much of the complications, and talk about this, the Jamaican Anko area, and it's just at this kind of the point, so it has been fenced already. So this is where the Mwango is reaching, you can see. And this kind of the portion from the sugarcane there until here, it's the portion that this kind of the boy sold to him, to her, so as he can buy a motorbike here. So I'm going to be accessing the let me check. Who's this guy? This is where the home of Irene Naga was. This is the portion. So it has already been fenced. It's a very big piece of land. I think this is the brother to Anesto. That's where he is. And this is the portion that's going to be selling much of the times. But the highway is here to make sure they're going to be passing to reach where this guy is. So I want to be meeting with the guy. I don't know where he is at this kind of the moment right now. Let me check. This the toilet is just digging there, and he has already ate the money. You know, understand, guys, at this kind of the rate, we have a problem here. Let me check where Chacha is. Wow, I don't know where he is right now, but I'm gonna be meeting with him one-on-one here. Let's get network failure. I have a network failure. Let me check again the number. This is Anesto's land. This, talk about this is the Festa's land. Talk about Mogesi. Hey, Buddha, uko base gani sasa?
Ameacha simu charging.
Ameteremka?
Ameenda kwao.
Ameenda kwao? Okay. Guys, we are back, and I got Anesto is here.
Yeah.
Hi, man.
Everything is okay.
Everything is fantastic, man.
Everything is fantastic.
So you have democratized. I have searched for you, man. Where were you?
Actually,
I'm passing through here. You are passing through there.
So,
and I think you are fearing your brother.
Even my reg.
I know you are fearing your brother. I don't know why.
So, I'm not that I'm fearing him, but
What's the problem?
is that I don't want to be just contact with him.
Oh, the contact is a problem.
Yeah, I don't want to be contact with him because
Hey, right now past there, the music. Hey, your brother nowadays
is like Domboro.
Yeah, Dombolo, yeah, solo. Hey, everything will be very fantastic.
Everything is fantastic.
We are back to the section, and I'm gonna be direct to the point.
Yeah.
So today I've got much of the respondent that is coming out, and is talking about right now the whole of your ancestral land is in an auction. And that talk about the number of the whole ancestral land of your father's brothers, and including yours, your plot. It's in an auction. So can you tell us a little bit of it, because the story right now it's becoming so voluminous, and much of the people want to know about it, man.
Actually, about our land, my father's land, actually I've sorted everything because for now there is nothing that they will sell.
Do you have a title deed?
A title deed.
Do you have a title deed? Your father have a title deed?
What I'm sure is that for now he don't have any title deed.
He doesn't have a title deed.
Yeah.
So whoever talk about your uncles who has any title deed?
The only thing that they have, they were having is the number. You know, a number is everything.
The number.
The
number includes your grandfather's plot.
Yeah, sure.
Which is now your father has his own plot.
Yeah.
So right now it means that nobody has a real title deed about your plot.
Yeah, sure.
So whatever they adjust, right now I've heard that things are getting worse because already the Congrats, that is the one who is having the number of your grandfather's area, which is where we are.
You know what? Yesterday morning, early in the morning, whereby our second is not our second, our third.
Your father's third born. So whereby he came to my home. Whereby he was just talking about he was having that number, but he took the number and gave it to the second elder brother. The second elder brother, which is the father-in-law to Pasi.
Father-in-law to Pasi, and whereby he took my uncle, who is the second elder brother to our father. He took. He was the first one to sell the plot to the Condad.
Exactly. To the top there.
To the top
is
there.
The one who sold the top area of where he is.
For now, where he's living.
Exactly.
So after that, I don't know how it came. My second elder brother, the second elder, dad, he took the number and gave it to the Condad. The Condad himself who was the one who was demanding that number, because he was just screaming that I bought the land. I don't have the title deed. So what you can you have to give me the number, and I will construct my own the title deed.
Oh, you will just go and and just formulate, bring the surveyors and formulate his own a title deed of his own area. Talk about the plot that he purchased.
Yeah. And but for he went to Nairobi. The information that I have, he went to Nairobi, whereby he went and construct his own number. Now the whole of this area, our grandfather's plot. He went there and construct his own number in Nairobi, whereby the number now has to
talk about in easy way. Talk about now the plot belongs to the Congrats dad.
The whole of my grandfather, who is Gibikoy, he passed away. May his soul rest in peace.
So it means that even you are living in Congrats dad's area.
Imagine. That is what is now popular.
The one thing, there's a day your brother told me that let me sell my land because I don't have a land in my home.
Yeah.
So I have been ever thinking about, why is he telling me that I have to sell the land because it doesn't belong to me? At long last, I'll get out.
And they are just selling the land to them. Huh? You know, they just want people not to now to understand what is going on. So they're just making underground.
Underground.
So if they want people not to notice about what is going on, they just pretend that they are just buying the land. And you know, for now, I can say like a half of this area is belong to them. That is the money.
Half of the talk about your ancestors' land belongs to the Condad's dad.
Yeah, sure. Now, that land is like a half, and that is the land that now they have bought using cash.
Using cash.
Yeah. Let's say about Mama Aunts. They have took from this area.
Yeah, from Mama Aunts, they took from the villa where the villa is, and also some of the people just came inside here.
Yeah, inside there. But the land, for now, they own. Is like is their land. You know, I was talking about whereby they went and they do the now construct their own number of this plot. But when they went to the court, you know, you have to go and to the court and they claim.
Yeah, exactly.
But there is a man who was looking for the MCA area.
The ward representative.
Yeah, I think you know. He's called. Giro.
Paul Giro.
Paul Giro. So Paul Giro, he noticed that because even Paul Giro has some portion. So he noticed. Whereby he was just following up. After that, they noticed that the number is just is not the original number. Whereby the Condad leave it like that. After that, that is the time he came to my second elder uncle, and they claim for the original number.
The original number.
And for now, you never know. Even they have. I don't know if they have already changed the name, because if you have the original, you can change the name very easily.
Exactly. Because what they need is you have a proof that this is the number, the original number.
The original number.
So the Condad has original number.
Original. For now, he has original. The original number.
Copy number.
Yeah.
So right now.
So after that, now my uncle, the third one, he went to my second uncle, whereby he asked for the original number, because he knows. I don't know who told him
the information.
Yeah.
That the number it might have been changed.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be evacuated out of the land.
Yeah.
With an immediate effect.
Sure.
So the fact is now is coming the way that your third-born brother of your father has now gone to the second-born to ask about where is that original number, because he's the one who is owning it.
So, and that man is very is like
confused.
Old man. He doesn't know anything like let me say anything like the photocopies. So the number that was being given is the photocopy.
So the Condad went and formulated and brought a photocopy to your uncle.
Yeah.
And the photocopy is now the one that is being held with your brother, and he never knew it.
Yeah.
So he just came and returned that this is the original. So tunza tata, umefanya vizuri sana, imenisaidia sana. Sasa chukua hii namba sasa utatunza. Hii sasa tumemalizana nayo.
Yeah. And that is the fake one.
That's the fake one.
The photocopy one. After that,
now the third born went and took that kind of the number.
So after that, the third born, he went to school.
Yeah.
He know how to read.
Is the father to Robbie?
Robbie girl.
Robbie girl.
So after that, he noticed that this is the photocopy. So yesterday, early in the morning, it was 6
in the morning.
In the morning, whereby he came to he was just walking every home, and he told them that we have the meeting today early in the morning, but I don't know whether the meeting was set.
Was held.
Yeah, I don't know. But for now, I don't have any information that what's now popping up.
That's where the failure is.
The failure is that. So
So the good fact is now you understand that now you don't have lands here.
Yeah.
So that's why even Irene Inaga, they were evacuated with an immediate effect.
Imagine.
Because the same land is part of the program.
It's the part of the program.
Oh my God. So right now, so you're gonna be, your fathers are gonna be sitting down. They discuss. They know the way forward.
I'm sure they didn't held the meeting because up to now I have been have some small information about that, but for now I don't have any information. But yesterday, today morning, I managed to talk to Father Tumogesi, who is the now even is my uncle, Father Tumogesi.
Yeah.
Whereby Father Tumogesi told me that for me, they make that meeting, but I didn't know. But the meeting was not held. The meeting was not held yesterday. So I don't know what's happened, and for now they are just quiet.
So it means that there is money that has been lured.
For me, I can think like that.
Handouts.
Yeah, sure.
Because how the things are just moving, guys, I told you that we're going to be having the land scam, and this kind of the village going to be having a very big, terrible mistake. Because right now, what you will ever be checking right now is now much of the people going to be dropping one after each. Yes, sure. Talk about much of the people talk about, oh, we are here, we are just mourning here. Tomorrow you'll be mourning somewhere else. Tomorrow but one you'll be mourning somewhere else. Yes, sure. So as everyone who has information will be robbed off. That is the next thing that we're going to be coming to this kind of the village. And it's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible because there are hungry tigers who are in need of your land. And you understand, even past, there's a time she talked about, I'm not giving out my land. And I don't sell the land because they were here complaining that we want the land, we need the land, we need the land. And the Pasi refused because of some 2-3 things that she was being oriented with. That's and true. It's the only plot that she has been left with to make sure that you're going to be getting much of the children out. So the fact that your brother told me that he's just selling the land because he's not the owner of the land. So it means that he's going to be having. So why did he know it? And much of the people, like your father, like the father to Mugesi, they don't know. Imagine. So it means that he told me that even yesterday I was with him, and I told him that we're gonna be shooting a video, and he told me that you understand, I have been given the work for me to do, and I don't want to have A, B, C, D here. Yeah. So I asked about how is everything. He told me that there are much of the things that are cooking beside that much of the people don't know, including the fathers. And
I'm sure there is a time whereby they make a video whereby they were talking that in this all of this area they want to make a lunch. Oh. They want to make a lunch in this area. So they were talking that if we'll get money, we'll be migrating these people and buy for them another place, a land from another place. So they will be migrating from this, and that is just they are just using trick.
You don't have a home. I'm telling you as a fact, you don't have a home. Already everything now it's settled. And I'm telling you that as a fact because when you see the characters, how they start developing, and whatever comes in, much of your dads are being lured with money handouts, which are making them to be hungry of money and too much appetite of looking for the money, rather than thinking about what is the progression of the other generation growing. In a matter that right now you are in a danger. Right now you are in a danger. Because how you have already expressed, you have known what's really coming out, and you understand that this is the tragedy that's going to be coming out. So be very, very punctual about it, because things are going to be falling apart.
You know what? It can be best whereby we can look for the third elder brother, because for him, he knows how to how to speak. So it can be better if we can get him right now and
He can explain much of the
explain
things.
something.
I'm going to be coming to cover that kind of the story, and I'm going to be preparing for that kind of an information. Go check for him and ask about whatever you're going to be talking about ABCD. Then everything going to be so fantastic. You're going to be checking in to make sure they're going to be getting another information, vital information, and we're going to be making it very fantastic at this kind of the time. And I respect men because I need such kind of the informations, so I can just put it one-on-one. So as whatever happens, we have the recordings and we have much of the informations that much of the people have the thoughts from A, B, C, D, and they're going to be got and such kind of the videos because they can never be erased. And the good fact is right now you have known that the things are getting and they're cooking simultaneously, and you're going to be having a defect to a generation that is growing. So right now you have to understand, right now you should be looking for a place up there, so as you can just make sure that you are checking it very fantastic, and you just continue talking about how can I get a very peaceful land, because if the Condad has the land number, already you are messed up, because already you can never know, has he changed the number, has he done anything terrible with the number, and right now it might be now the whole land it's subjected to his name.
You know what?
Now he's the one who is hosting you.
Yeah, you know what? If he manage to make the fake one, and for now he has the original one, you never know what he's now thinking about.
What is the next one?
What is the next?
Keep it tuned, keep it locked. We're going to be coming out with much of the things that are going to be coming to be recovered with the land grab saga that this country grassroots held here at the village here. Talk about everything is so cantankerous and very stupidical and lunatically controlled because of talking about the elites in the society. They have just come and talked about they have got the fools in the society, so they're going to be highlighting them on what is next. Are they elites or they're the fools in the village? What we're going to be understanding is the next video going to be coming to cover and understand who is the elite and who is the fool. To make sure that you're going to be covering this kind of the section, it's already in it, to make sure they're going to be making sure that everything going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. And things going to be cooking and cooking. How has been Nairobi?
Nairobi is good.
You ran out and you left us here?
No.
Back here again?
Yeah.
So any kind of the intimidation again?
There's no intimidation.
Nobody
I came here because of now. Let me say about the chef. You know the chef. So whereby he was just demanding some small portion.
Chef Matiko?
Yeah, from our land. But after that, I've already sorted, and we went to Deo, and I was signed. My mom signed, and I signed that there is any plot that will be sold. To my father.
Or no plot. Talk about no portion from your father's plot. Now it's not your father.
Without my signature and my mom's signature.
Your acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So right now you'll be talking about no plot will be sold from the portion of the Condad.
Yeah. That is sure.
Guys, things are getting terrible, and it's the real fact. We might be doing like a job.
But they can't. They can't get anything.
Do you know the law?
No.
You might stay here. Do you know squatters?
Squatters?
Do you know what is meant by squatters?
No.
The land is yours. You have lived here for decades. But the government will come and throw you out and tell you that that land is not yours. How has it happened? How does it happen? You have ever talked about some demolition getting on, some evacuation, people are being evacuated from the lands, talking about it's a public land, it's a private land, it's owned by somebody who is professional or somebody who is more intellectual to the government. How do you think it has been happening? And if this kind of the thing, you will be squatters, I'm telling you. If you don't be punctual, right now you should be looking for something like, talk about talk about the lawyers, to make sure you're going to be handling much of the things, man. Yeah, you might be squatters, I'm telling you.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So I've seen the Condad is there looking for us, and everything is fantastic, yeah? So the good thing is things going to be getting very, very impossible. And the fact is, things are terrible.
And things are being done, and things are being done underground.
Things are done underground, and things are so heterozygotes. And I'm telling you that as a fact. Because things are going to be changing ruthlessly. Because you can never know the intention. You can never know what they have planned. You heard about there was a meal that was headed at the villa. You understand it? So do you think what was the meal headed there with the police officers being included? Think twice before you make sure that you're going to be subjecting yourself into it. And guys, you're going to be coming out with much of the things. You can introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, guys, I goes by it's Anesto. I have a YouTube channel whereby you'll get what's real popping up. Please, in humble request, just visit my channel. Do amazing things by subscribing, commenting, and like my videos. Always one love.
Exactly. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the things dropping out right now.
Oh, go on.
Guys, back to the road. Guys, the real conscience and the real factual thing from the ground is this kind of the village is at a risk. And they're gonna be made squatters that they don't know. Because to the real fact, we have to come in and handle much of the pogroms that much of the people don't know. Excavate from internally. Because it might affect them, thinking about it's them. They might do it to another people. Look at which kind of the trick they have used. The number, talk about the aged people in this community. They have been lured. And they have been subjected that we want a title deed. This is the land of the Condad that he bought from the first, talk about the second born to the father to Anesto. He's the one who is heading, who was having this kind of the number of the plot, the whole of it. So he came and tricked the guy, and they took much of the things, talk about the number, and has been manipulated in a way that now they don't have anything here. Things want to be getting worse and worse and worse every time and then, because for us to handle such kind of the way, we cannot answer such kind of guys, it's becoming something which is monotonous, something crazy, but it's the fact. How is going to help them come out of this kind of the tragedy? Who is going to be helping them? Something bad is coming. And to the real fact, this kind of the land sale, from every angle, every section, it has a meaning. Why only them? They're the people who are buying the same land. Whenever they hear somebody is broke, they don't want anybody to come inside. They want themselves only to buy the land. And they want to evacuate the whole village and give them other area. So right now it means that they are squatters. Squattering into your own area. Epidemic. The journey is bad. Cantankerous. Things are bad to the ground. Including me, because our land also, it's subjected very close to them. They might demand the same demandation they are doing to this kind of the people here. Because I heard about the strategy that the strategy was ringing that they're gonna be buying the whole village and getting out and bringing much of the Americans, the white people, to come and settle to this kind of the lands, including you ever saw much of the people who ever came and they're now dying. You come as a tourist, you come as a visitor, you buy a land, and well subjected where they need, like the Jamaican uncle bought a land where they know that the land is subjected under them. Because if they have the whole number of Anesto's village, the whole village, so whoever is buying the land there, you are at a high risk. So including Jamaican uncle has no land there. Things are worse, and things are very, very worse at this kind of the rate. So as far as everything is in concern, sometimes we are being told even before my father could just pass away, told us that our children should go to school, learn and get education. Education is the key. So look at right now what the first brother did to this kind of the whole of the family, because it's gonna be so crackatoo and impossible to possible, and that's gonna be handled and gonna be kept holded at this kind of the rate. Miserable, misery, and misery. But the good fact is they're gonna understand themselves and gonna be handling such kind of the matters. And that's the way they have been ever talking about, oh, you know, this kind of the guy is talk about the senior, the bachelor king has been doing much of the things, talk about putting much of the students to school. At long last they knew that they will come to pay that money. Guys, it's chaos. So keep it tuned. I'm gonna be giving you much of the framework and how the things gonna be, because I've checked the Condad was there and listening to much of the stories, how they come and how they have been subjected unto this kind of the caliber of the moment. But everything is possible. Everything is possible. We have to understand. And this is where the police station is. This is our police station. It's just our police station. That's where every kind of the things that are going to be handled in a bad way, they're going to be rushing to and just blocking much of the things that are going to be happening. But that is the nature. That is nature. We have to understand that is nature, and we're going to be getting forward. Hello, Jambo Kenya. That's Cloud Joseph's father. And everything's so fantastic. So guys, the good fact is keep it tuned, keep it locked. I'm going to be back to this kind of the section so they can just iteratively give you much of the information how they come and how they're going to be coming. So keep it tuned.